If you've seen the so-called miracle supplement Berberine in your social feeds lately, you may have wondered, is it really all it's cracked up to be?
Let's talk about the viral supplement Berberine, known as the natural Ozempic.
Okay, the Nature's Ozempic update, honey, that you've all been waiting for.
Nature's Ozempic. We know what that is, right? An injection for diabetics that's also become so popular as a weight loss drug, it's led to severe shortages. And Berberine is now being touted as a natural version of that. You know, there are millions of hits on TikTok with the hashtag Nature's Ozempic. So here's the deal. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. But here's what we found out about Berberine. So it is natural. It's an extract that you can find in several different types of plants. It's yellow, and you typically take it as a capsule.
So it's been used for a long time in Chinese herbal medicine and other countries' herbal medicine for decreasing blood sugar, for decreasing inflammatory problems, for bowel problems.
That's Dr. Sean Wharton, by the way. He runs a weight loss and diabetes practice in Southern Ontario, and he will be our expert guide throughout. Now, there have been clinical trials suggesting Berberine can lower cholesterol and reduce blood sugar levels. But a recent meta-analysis, so that's a study of studies, showed hardly any evidence of weight loss at all. Was there some? Sure, a few pounds on average. But when you're talking about short-term studies with a small sample size, not randomized, and producing nowhere near the kind of weight loss that you'd need for any significant health change, doctors say interpret with caution.
People are going to go to the internet and look up studies and say there's actual studies on Berberine decreasing the blood sugars. But the challenge is, as much as those studies were published, they were published with very poor methods. There's no evidence for mechanism of action here that would be effective for long-term weight management.
Ozempic works by mimicking a hormone called GLP-1. Now, the name is not so important as knowing that this hormone tells the brain you're full.
People living with type 2 diabetes or obesity don't have enough GLP-1.
But with Berberine, it's totally different. It just doesn't work the same way.
Berberine, on the other hand, has no connection to the pancreas, no connection to the brain, no connection to any of the mechanisms that we talk about.
So yeah, all the hormone brain trickery stuff, this ain't it. And we should point out, unlike Ozempic, Berberine isn't as tightly regulated. Health Canada considers it a natural health product. And that means it doesn't go through as stringent a regulatory process. You know, it does have to be demonstrably historically safe, but it doesn't need the same kind of clinical trial evidence as you'd see with conventional pharmaceutical drugs. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, doesn't regulate Berberine at all. So we know from studies that Berberine can cause diarrhea. That's a pretty common side effect and certainly one way to lose weight. But a couple of things to keep in mind anytime you're talking about a less regulated product. One, quality can vary widely. There are many different brands of Berberine, and they may all have different concentrations. Like, you're certainly not always going to get 100% pure product. But two, while it may seem relatively harmless in small quantities, the craze and the hype on social media may lead some people to take more than they should.
I hate to be the one to say this, but Berberine really is nature's Ozempic.
This weekend, and Berberine has so many advantages.
In my opinion, any natural substance that you're taking that's in high enough of a concentration can have effects that we just don't know about.
So here's the bottom line. If you believe Berberine will help you lose weight, maybe it will, but evidence is weak. More studies are needed. And between its laxative effect, placebo effect, and just the natural ups and downs of a person's weight, no matter what pill they swallow, Berberine might just be getting more credit than it's due.
It's just a craze that is making somebody a bunch of money and making people who seemingly don't have any hope, hoping for something natural that unfortunately does not work.